Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
We live.
Are we?
We live.
Hey, everyone. Wendy O here. Welcome back to the Love and Marriage podcast. This is my co-host, Hotep Jesus. How you doing tonight, Hotep?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Okay, yeah, we're good. I was just making sure my microphone's right. Yeah, we're good. What's up, man? How you feeling?
I'm good. I went boxing. It was really good. I went to boxing. It was really good. I actually got to celebrate with Miss Nita last week. She has successfully been in business, has her own boxing gym that focuses on mental health and outreach to the community, teaching kids to be empowered. For 4 years. So we celebrated that for her on last Friday. It was fun, man. My daughter had a great time. She was playing with her nieces, and it was a good old time. Good old time.
Oh, that's what's up. It's a good old time. Y'all was celebrating, I guess, her anniversary, a business anniversary.
Oh yeah, and I brought her a bottle of champagne.
No Hennessy this time.
I got her the biggest bottle of Hennessy they make. Last time. So I was like, I'm gonna go with something a little bit classier. So I got her, I got her a little bit of champagne.
Word. There you go.
So it was fun. Are you eating Cheez-Its?
Uh-huh.
Oh my goodness, those are so good. But those actually hurt my tummy when I eat them. I feel like it's got the preservatives.
Oh yeah, no good for you.
That's not Dr. Sebi approved.
It's definitely not Dr. Sebi approved. Dr. Sebi is rolling over in his grave right now. I mean, Hotep's like, oh my God, Hotep Jesus, you're a fraud. Yeah, I am. She's a rocking.
They're good. They're good. How is your fiance and how's the baby?
Oh, everybody's good. Everybody's good. Everybody's fucking babies fucked my whole schedule up. I don't know what day it is, what time it is, how my schedule works. It's just a mess, man.
I can relate, but on a smaller scale, because I'm going over to my sister's house a lot to hang out with her, make sure everything is good. And my stepson has been here for since Christmas, so he's been helping me out. It's been really nice to have him. He's very, very emotional, very sweet, and he's like obsessed with his sister. It's like the most adorable thing ever.
Dope. I love it. Family time. Beautiful.
Mm-hmm. It is. What else was I going to say? Oh my God. There was something I needed to tell you.
What's that?
I don't know. Well, I guess I want to start. Well, I don't know if I should start the episode off with the sad saying. Can you hear the fan? Is it annoying in the background?
I can't hear it.
Okay, good. Because I can't say why I have it on in the back. My husband is out. He is out of his goddamn mind. So I saw that you and Hotep, or you and Uncle Hotep are in preparation for the Grifty Awards, and y'all are dressed in suits, tuxedos.
Oh, yeah, that is. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. Grifty Awards coming in the 21st. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We recorded it. It's all edited and chopped up and looking nice. So we're gonna launch it on a new channel.
A new channel?
Yeah, a different channel.
Okay.
Because I ain't taking no chances with my channel.
Oh, I don't blame you.
I'm saying after this one, people are gonna be on our head. So
I'm actually very interested in seeing. I'm going to be doing it. I'm going to be giving an award out next year for 2021. Very interested in seeing who is getting the awards, because I'm not in shock, but I'm just like, with all this censorship and all of the insanity going on, they deplatformed Ron Paul as well.
What?
You didn't see that?
He's off Twitter. I know Facebook deplatformed him.
It's just Facebook, but it doesn't matter though. It's still
Yeah. A lot of people are going down, man. This shit is crazy, man. FBI showing up at people's houses, just like wild times are in. Wild times.
You know what the craziest thing about it is?
What's that?
We still got people that commit violent crimes against women and children that are still allowed to be posting. Sex offenders. People that are posting about I don't want to say the word because it's just gross, but people that are openly talking about doing bad things to those groups of people, and they're still allowed. It's okay.
Yeah. The weirdest people are allowed to keep their accounts. Yeah. Makes
I
absolutely
don't
no
under
sense.
I don't understand how that works. Cause isn't that like direct violence in like a shorter, like a smaller group?
I,
Like,
I believe that the powers that be have taken over social media a long time ago. Social media companies have been compromised, and last week scared them, so they're trying to make sure last week never happens again.
I know, but the thing is the thing that's the craziest thing to me is we have Jack, that he's a Bitcoiner, and of course all the Bitcoiners celebrate him, especially all the majority. I'm not going to say all of them, but the majority of them do, and because he's the founder of Twitter, but he's supposed to be a Bitcoiner, and if you're a Bitcoiner, you don't get to dictate, you don't get to pick and choose who's deplatform and whatnot. That doesn't make sense to me.
Didn't a big Bitcoiner lose his Twitter account too?
Which one? Who?
Somebody big. I can't remember the name, but I saw it too.
Oh, I don't remember.
I saw it this morning. I was like, damn, he had a large ass account, Bitcoiner, and then for some reason they took him down.
Let me see if I can find out who it is, because it was somebody. I know who you're talking about because I saw it. To be honest, I don't remember. The Bitcoiners, they do not like me. They're not fans of mine, the Bitcoiners, because I talk about altcoins and they don't like that I trade altcoins for more Bitcoin.
They don't get girls, so that's why they're all backed up. And you just stop wanking off, and they need to stop. And they need some girls in their life. They had some girls in their life, they'd be completely different. And people are just too irate on the line. I don't get it. Sometimes I'm just like looking at the stuff that's in my phone and just like, oh, okay. And I just keep scrolling, Sometimes it's in my mentions, sometimes it's on the timeline, and I'm just like, oh, okay, who gives a fuck? And then I just keep moving on. Then you post something, and it's just like earlier, I posted a workout video, and somebody was like, why do people have to post things for an audience? And I'm like, if you clicked on the link, this is part of a challenge that I'm participating in, and you can join and enter at jeancourt.com. You can enter to win a prize. Like, I'm promoting a contest, and you over here think I'm like showboating in front of people. It's like, people, relax, man. Just relax for 4.5 seconds, man.
But isn't it a positive, good thing to see somebody jump rope and kind of entice or kind of promote taking care of one's body? Isn't that a positive thing?
Yeah, that's the whole thing. It's just like people are just so like, no matter what you do, no matter what you say online, somebody's gonna have something to say. So growing up,
you don't have your titties out though.
Right. Next time I will. As soon as it get warm, I'm gonna have my titties out, and then see what they say.
I saw something. I think I commented on one of your posts last week, kind of segueing into that. Somebody called you. Somebody said that you were money hungry or said something, and I was like, I can't believe somebody called you out and said something about this. And you're like, yeah, people say that stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Or that you're trying to get sponsorships. I want to talk about that a little bit because that happens to me a lot. Yeah,
I posted a link to my masculinity book, and I forget what quote I just said some random thing, some random advice for men, and some guy was like, "Are you gonna add any context?" And I was like, "No," and he was like, "Oh my God, this guy Hotep is a fraud. He's just online for money." And I'm just like, "Why don't you buy the book if you want context?" Like I'm not like, people are so entitled. It's like, because you asked me a question, I'm entitled to answer you. Like, no, like, kick rocks, motherfucker. If I feel like it, I will. But like, it's like 3 a.m. What the fuck I look like trying to like make you feel better? Are you gonna provide any context? No, I'm not. Buy the book. You get all the context you want.
Somebody had accused me of something, and then somebody else had said you should do some damage control, and I'm done doing damage control on Twitter because it never works out ever.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to do it anymore. He's like, you should do damage control. I was like, no. I was like, if I do damage control, it's just gonna,
it makes it worse.
There's nothing for me to say anymore, because it's like people that know me, that respect me, that support me, they know what I do. They know I do sponsored content. They know how I run my business. It's a business. Yeah. It's a business at this point. I have a large following. It is a business.
Right.
And I do a lot of stuff for free.
They're mad because you get money and they not. That's what it is.
Well,
because you push dimes and she sell weight. Don't you know I gotta buy a bigger place and more baggies? Why you all Aggie? Nigga, respect the game. That should be it. What you eat don't make me shit. Where's the love?
Where is the love, yo?
Where's the love?
There is none. It's a bunch. Hey, I actually posted last week. I broke my family's generational curse.
How'd you do
I
that?
just
Oh, because you got rich.
yeah.
That Bitcoin went up.
Well, I guess we could talk about generational curses and how it implies to the nuclear family, because when I hear the term generational curse, generally it applies to money, but I think it goes a little bit deeper than money, because there's some people that have addiction in their family, that have also that there's addiction, there's abuse, there's financial poverty, sometimes there's racism, sometimes there's oppression. There's different types of generational curses. Would you agree with that?
Yes. Some of them are dietary. Most of them are dietary. Some of them are
That
intellectual. There's intellectual curses too. There's religious curses. There's all types of curses. Absolutely. I love that you brought that up. That's a new dynamic. I like that. Expound.
Ooh, I like that you brought up the other. I didn't even think about
Intellectual curse.
the intellectual curse. That's a big one, because
If you got a dumbass teaching a dumbass, you just got a generation of dumbasses.
that's true.
Or the just dogmatic type thinking, right? Like when I teach my kids, I do my best to not be dogmatic. I leave it open-ended. What do you think? This is how I think. What do you think? Do you think that's right? I want you to come up with a reason why daddy's not right. That's your homework. And let them think about it.
You know, it's interesting. I talked to her a little bit the same but different. What I tell her is, I say, you don't have to agree with me all the time. I was like, you do have to respect me because I'm your mom. You have to respect your dad because he's your dad. But however, if you have a difference of opinion of why you shouldn't pick your toys up, or why I should give you 5 more goldfishes, or why you shouldn't go potty, explain to me your concerns. And if you can say, Mommy, I don't think I should listen to what you say because of this, and give me a good reason, I'm open to hearing it.
Yeah, that's a good attitude to have. That's exactly how we should raise our kids. That's how you teach them to think.
I agree.
Huh.
So besides the generational curse, and we're talking about wealth, and we're talking about idiots raising idiots. How would you stay in the same like social class? Do you believe that you would tend to get with somebody based on their generational curses and keep the generational curse going? Like marry within your culture, or marry within, the same type of intellectual group as you? Or, is there room to kind of break that generational curse and marry up?
Marry up. You always marry up. Male or female, you always marry up. We spoke about that on the 7th Sunday. Like men who try to marry women. Now, there's some risk for a man marrying a woman, marrying into wealth. There's some risk there. You're going to need to know who you are. You're going to need your own individuality. You're going to need to have your own independence. But I believe we should always strive to either marry equal or marry up. My family had a generational curse, and that shit was working for the man. Well, I broke that curse. I don't work for the man no more. Man worked for me. And I think it was just a mentality of go to college and get a good job. And I was like, fuck college. I'm going to create jobs. And everybody told me I couldn't do it, and I did it. That's a curse I broke with my family. It's like, we're not working for people anymore. That's beneath us. If we work for somebody, it's to learn. It's to have this apprenticeship to gain experience or work with people. But absolutely, we're breaking generational curses. That's one of them.
Isn't that a cool thing that you get to show your kids?
Absolutely. I mean, the curse I had was I couldn't keep a job to save my life. Ever. I think the only job I was able to keep was the mortgage business, because that was all what's the name?
It's like sales, kind of, almost.
Yeah, sales. So, if you're selling, everybody leaves you the fuck alone. You can do what the fuck you want. If you're not selling, shit gets weird. But yeah, other than that, I couldn't keep jobs. I'm just a little too different. And then like, I don't kiss ass. So like corporate America is all about ass kissing. So because I don't kiss ass, I wasn't, I didn't have that favorability. And then the other thing was like, I was like really super smart and independent. So everybody would just like plot against me. Yeah, shit got weird in corporate America. I hate it. I'll never go back.
I feel the same way. Well, that happened to me when I was working in healthcare, but I feel the same way kind of doing what I do too. And I actually watched this, found this TikTok video of Nicki Minaj talking, and she was sitting down. What's it? I forget. It's Joe Budden's podcast. I forget what it's called.
The Joe Budden podcast.
Okay, well, thank you. But she was sitting down with them, and she was basically going off on them, and I directly related to it, even though I'm not a rapper, and even though I haven't been in the crypto game for more than 3-4 years. But she basically said, she's like, you guys sit here on your pedestals and you guys talk all this shit. You put women down in the culture, but then we are the ones that have to come. We're the ones that are getting bullied, but we're the ones that have to come up and keep producing and keep showing up and whatnot, and how hard it was. And it really resonated with me because I feel like I get shit on a lot, but I still have to get up every single day and I have to make content. I've got my YouTube channel, and now I've got the TikTok that I'm doing. And, I do really, really well from sponsorships. Sponsorships are amazing. And then plus my trading, and then the stuff I do behind the scenes. But I felt that I was like, man, she is just on it. And she was saying, she's like, I've had so many people that come to me that are like ready to like end it for themselves because they can't deal with being bullied and whatnot. And she shut them the F up. It was a very, very powerful thing. I'm actually going to be posting it on Twitter pretty soon.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. My other problem was I used to make my jobs look easy. So like the other coworkers are like, oh my God, the boss is going to see him doing his job easy. Now I'm going to have to step my game up. Before this, I didn't have to work. You know what I mean? So I think that was the big part of it. New guy comes in, makes the job look easy now, and he's working hard. Now we have to work hard. Oh, we got to get this guy out of here. He just made my life worse. Yeah, shit is trash.
Question for you. Did that cause, with you and your fiance, that I don't necessarily believe when you say I wasn't able to keep a job. I just think that you got bored and you wanted just to find something else.
No, I got fired.
You did?
Yeah, I got fired a lot.
Did you?
Yeah.
My goodness. Did that cause any instances in the relationship? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Lots of it. I'd be doing well. You had a job, 3 months later, fired, broke. Get another job, fired, broke. Another job, fired, broke. Why can't you keep a job? I don't know. I'm fucking retarded. That's what it is. Like, I remember one time, right? I'm gonna tell you about this one job. I was working at Olive Garden, and I was the GM's favorite, general manager, man who runs the store. I was his favorite. And he was out that day. And I was about to go to Miami. I was a touring artist this time. I was about to go to Miami. Everybody knew I was going to Miami. And it was my last day before Miami. And I had this Spanish manager. And I forget what happened, but my response to her, I said something like, you're going to regret that, or something to that effect, right? And basically what I was trying to say was I was going to report her to the GM and then to HQ for the way she was speaking to me. Because I'm like, yo, like, chill the fuck out. Like, you bugging. I have no problems with none of the managers here. All the managers here love me except for yo ass. Little bitchy Spanish chick. She was just a bitch, man. She was a real bitch. Because, again, one of those people that want you to kiss their ass, and I'm just not kissing the ass. I do my job. Like, leave me the fuck alone.
Mm-hmm.
If I go to Miami, I come back, and the regional manager pulls me aside. He was like, yeah, we're going to have to let you go. I'm like, why? He's like, you threatened a manager. I'm like, what? Like, who did I threaten? He's like, such and such. I was like, yo, I didn't threaten her. I said, yo, I'm going to report you. You know what I mean? And he was like, well, she took it as a threat, so we can't have you no more. I'm like, oh, my fucking God. You can't be fucking shitting me, yo. So, like, little shit like that used to happen. Just like women would just report me for some shit. Oh, he's intimidating. I'm like, what? Like, oh, my God. Just leave me the fuck alone. I remember one time this girl, I was at a startup, and this Russian chick. Now, I was new, and I was killing it. Like, all the C-level execs loved me, and everybody was so jealous because the C-level execs loved me. And me and her position was very similar, except she was an employee and I was a consultant. I was making her look bad. I remember one time I brought this beautiful girl in to be my assistant, right? And I mean, drop dead Dominican gorgeous chick, right? So I figured we were kind of like, because we had two, it was a huge office and there was another side to the office where it's just like super quiet. So I said, me and her, let's go over there because all she was going to do was write up my invoices. So we go to the other side. Don't you know what? They followed me. Two of the girls followed me and sat to watch us work on the other side. I'm like, yo, why are y'all like following me around the office? You know what I mean? I was like, all right, whatever. So I'm going back to the other side. They go back to the other side. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. I remember one time we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There were 5 like box offices. So I wanted to knock out some phone calls for a project. So I went into the office and I spent like all day in the office. My boss comes over and says, do you want to go to Miami? I said, not really, but I will if you want me to. She's trying to get rid of me because I was making her look bad. So whatever. So I just stayed working in that office. The next day I came and I worked in the office again. She came in and she was like, you can't work in here. I'm like, there's nobody occupying this office. You're not allowed to have your own office. Like little shit like that. So one time they brought the psychologist in to find out like how everybody interacts with each other. And the Russian girl starts breaking down crying. She's like, he's mean to me. I'm like, oh my fucking
The
God.
Russian girl said it. They are mean. They are mean. They are so mean.
Yo, she used to set me up like crazy. I remember one time we were setting up to do South by Southwest. And I was booking all the talent, the shows, getting everything lined up. Her job was to book the hotel and the airfare. She fucks that up. Doesn't get the hotel. The hotel's all booked up. The South by Southwest. Hotel's all booked up. She goes, yo, hotels are booked up. Do you want to tell Courtney that the hotels are booked up and we can't go? I'm like, no, you tell her. That was your job. You give her the bad news. I come into work the next day. Courtney pulls me and her aside. Courtney goes, Brian, I heard you didn't want to tell me that you guys couldn't book the thing. I looked at Dasha like, oh, you fucking bitch, you set me up. I'm like, wow. Like, yo, this is the story of my life. High school, grade school. And I just realized it's because when you great, motherfuckers just hate.
Okay, this is going to sound terrible, but I'm going to say it anyways because it's my church. I can say what I want on the show. This is why women need to stay the fuck home and take care of the kids. Because let me tell you something, and this is why I don't jive with women, with most women, is because they'll see me as a threat. They have some sort of problem with me and they think they could tell me what to do.
Yeah.
If I'm performing, sit your ass down. Don't tell me what I need to do. Don't tell me what I need to do. Let me do my job.
Right. Man, this is the last one I'm going to tell. I was at another startup, a gaming company. I was growth director. Boss comes to me and says, talk to the girl in content and tell her what she needs to do. All right, cool, no doubt. Little did I know this little bitch was a fucking feminist, a little white feminist. I booked time on the calendar. We're at a WeWork.
We don't claim her.
I booked time on the calendar. I booked the little meeting room in the WeWork. We go over there and I'm like, okay, so check it out. When you're blogging, we're going to try and blog for SEO. Here's the Yoast plugin. And I'm explaining to her, these things. She's like, that's not how I was taught. She's like giving me mad resistance. And I'm like, yeah, I get what you were taught in college, but this is how you write for the internet. She's like, I work for a travel agency, blah, 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 blah. So I asked her, I said, have you ever had your own blog? She was like, no. I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. I had my own blog and we had over 1 million visitors a month at its peak before I shut it down. I'm trying to show you how to make this thing happen. Can you just mad resistance, right? So cool. So that ends. We come back into the main office and we hired this little Asian intern bitch, right? And I'm trying to explain to them the Yoast plugin for SEO. These bitches don't know shit from shit. The Yoast plugin says green for readability, green if you have your SEO right. And I'm explaining this to them. They're like, why is this important? And then the intern turns to me and takes her side, and it's two chicks ganging up on me. The boss is right there, and now I look like me fighting two bitches. I was like, you know what? Y'all got it. Go ahead, just do whatever y'all. Later on, I found out this bitch was a fucking feminist. I'm like, oh, that's why she can't take direction. This is why she can't take criticism. Because when you write for the internet, you don't write in these big chunky paragraphs, right? You can write in very small lines. It's a hack. This is Gary Halbert teaches this stuff, but these people don't read like sales copy, so on and so forth. And when I wrote my blog, I said, look, see how it turned green? Oh, wait, well, that doesn't matter too much. All right, lady, you got it. Just fucking do whatever the fuck you want, man. So that company went under after I left. and I exploded. I fucking I hate it. It's just nightmares.
You know, I was kind of difficult at my last job before I left. And the reason why I was difficult is because I had a system that worked really well with retaining my clients. And the goal was to retain clients because you're dealing with people that are living with infectious disease, with HIV, AIDS, that are going to have it for the duration of their life. You want sales, you keep your patients happy because they're going to come back for the rest of their lives.
Right.
You start changing things up on them. You make them feel uncomfortable. You make them do things they don't want to do. You change something up. They're going to leave. They're going to go somewhere else where it's easier. Yeah. And nobody at corporate listened to me. They had me come in and train other people and show them how I did it, and then it worked. And then all of a sudden they wanted to change it, and they started changing all this stuff up. And I was fighting with them about it. I'm like, you don't understand. Like, you don't understand the people that you're serving. Yeah. Like, you don't understand your customers. These people don't want to go in and out. They want to come in and they want to chat with you for 10 to 30 minutes about their lives because they need help. They didn't care. And I'm having similar issues with, like, I was on a call today earlier with a potential sponsor, and they're like, oh, well, we don't do sponsorships. And I was like, I know they do because they do it for, larger people than me. And that's fine. Cool. Whatever. I was like, okay. They're like, well, we have a referral rank. I was like, okay, well, let's talk about it. And they're a really big, really, really big company. So I want to keep the relationship with them. They're like, yeah, well, normally we look for people to deposit $50,000 and to open those accounts. And we would need you to refer like 50 people per month that are each depositing $50,000 per month. And I'm like thinking to myself, I understand that some of your other people do this, and I understand that may be a goal of yours, and that's fine and dandy. However, my audience is not rich. My audience is poor, lower middle class, and they want to buy $20 worth of Bitcoin and just vibe, and just enjoy it. And I says the thing is that if you're able to capture these people, they're going to tell their friends and family, and they're going to be excited about it. And there's more of them than there is of people that are able to deposit $50,000. And people do not understand that in crypto. And it blows my mind. It's like I'm fighting with people all the time about it. And it's like I have to come up with a creative solution like, maybe I need to make a graph and show what people are making and show them that, there's more people making like $40,000 a year than there is people making $100,000 a year or $150,000 a year. Like, don't you want to tap into that audience, and don't you want brand exposure and recognition?
They don't know how to.
For those people though, but to me it's like
they don't know how to tap into that market.
That's what I do. That's my audience. That's my audience. Like, because I have no problem saying I grew up like this and I grew up like that. And a lot of people in crypto, they don't understand it. But I'm like, I'm not here for you. I'm here for the other people. But anyways.
Let me read the super chat. Big Red, $20 super just said, bro, I work IT my first day in healthcare gig. I go to help doctor and his PA. The PA is a black woman. Start asking me all these personal questions. I don't poop where I eat, so I shut it down. She lied in her doctor name on me, shaking my head. Yeah. Yo, women, I'm telling you, I have a fear of white women. I know your situation was with a black woman, but that's probably because you're white. So the antithesis to your life would be the black woman. She would attack the white man. And for me, it's like white women just like, you got it, lady, you got it. I mean, just like the shit I've been accused of, intimidation, rape, fucking. Yo, one time this white girl hit on me. I say no, and she goes to the office and says I what do you call it? Sexual harassment at the workplace. Now, I kept my job because nobody believed her, right? Because she, you know what I mean? She just had the fucking crocodile tears. But this is the shit that happens. It's like, oh, you hit on me and I don't want you, and now it's rape? Like, that's how that works? You know how many times that's happened to me, yo? Like, somebody hits on me, I'm like, yo, like, cool, but I'm not really, like, interested right now. Or I just give, like... just the way I respond to women. Usually I respond agnostically. Like, I like you. Oh, cool. That's what's up. Thank you. And they expect you to, like, I guess, take it in advance. And when you don't respond like that, they feel like offended. So they're like, oh, I just got rejected. Let me go fuck this nigga's life up. So like, I got this real big fear of white women.
That, see, to me, that is the most bizarre thing. The type of woman that I am is that if a man, like, I will not chase a man. I don't.
Right.
I will not chase a man. If he is not chasing after me or reaching out to me, I am like, even if I have strong feelings for him, I'm just like, okay, whatever. And I keep it moving. The reason why is like, I don't like rejection because that hurts. So if I don't see him pursuing me, I would never reach out to a guy and be like, oh my God, I think you're cute. Like, if I wouldn't do that, because it's like, what happens if I reach out and he rejects me? It's going to make me feel bad about myself. So I would wait. If I was single, if I was in the position to be dating, I would wait for him to advance me. And if he's not advancing with me,
it just won't go down.
It just won't go down. But I don't see, and maybe we need to have some sort of psychologist or something come on and understand, so I can, because I want to know why women feel the need to, if you don't, and this is with women friends, with female friends as well too, that I experience with, and I don't know, maybe I don't like to say just like white, because I've had problems with all the different types of women, but I just don't understand why, if you reject them or if you don't agree with them, they get so mad and then they get like hostile towards you.
Yeah.
They get hostile to me, towards me too. Like, if I don't take them and I'm not like, oh, hey girl, what's up? Da, 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 then it's like that, then I'm a bitch, that I'm the bitch. But that's not the type of person I am. Like, I have to vibe with you. I have to get a feeling. I have to feel that I can trust you. Like, I'm just not going to I'm not going to take you in and tell you all my secrets, because I've been hurt before by men and women. So why do I just don't understand what people think. And there's a girl that I have a problem with. And my husband says, he goes, the reason why she's got a problem with you is because he thinks that she's mentally ill. And he's like, she probably thought it was supposed to be you and her take over the world. And I'm like,
yeah. DM me her name so I know who to stay away from. Ken Thoreau 199 super chat. Thank you, Ken. Big Red said, nah, I'm black, bro. Oh, my bad. He said, but I had white women lie on me too. They were mad I didn't give them special privileges, and 3 of them said I harassed them. Thank you. My integrity saved me. They all got fired. Yeah, I've had bosses that have been like, yeah, you're not the type to, you know what I'm saying? Somebody said, you're a Libra, you flirt. I do flirt. I ain't gonna lie, but that don't mean I'm gonna push up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a very, like, shorty gotta holler at me. If you read the book on masculinity I wrote, you'll see my approach. I let women holler at me. I don't feel comfortable, like, yeah, that shit's weird. I don't know. Especially now with all this shit. I just feel like, it comes down to sales, right? And in sales, whoever's doing the most talking is going to lose the sale. So when you advance at a chick, you already lost. She gets turned off. Women get turned off when you make advances, or when you show you like them.
See, but I'm the opposite though, because if a man doesn't advance towards me, I would not even.
Wendy O, the boyfriend before your husband was madly in love with you and you dumped him because you weren't interested.
Yeah.
We debunked that like 20 episodes ago, Wendy. Nice guys finish last, okay?
Well, my husband is also like a big old bear, and he also threw me over his shoulder.
See, yeah, that's what you were saying.
Showed me he was interested, but I don't know. I feel bad. You know, this is the thing. I feel so bad, and I feel like that's why I'm better friends with men than women. Is I feel so bad for you guys that this happens to you, because it takes away from women that are survivors of like real like
that's
terrible
my
things.
problem. Yeah,
and it upsets me. It hurts me, because it's like you, like, I get vibes with people, so I can tell if somebody's full of shit or not.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes me like a minute or two, or sometimes it takes me a couple times of meeting them. But I feel so bad for some of these men that just get their life destroyed by these crazy ass women that are just that they're just terrible. And it's like they've got these issues that they feel that they need to lie and make stuff up to be, for whatever reason. I don't understand why. Like, why would you make an accusation like that? That's a bad accusation. Maybe it's because I knew people that have been to prison. Yeah. And in men's prison, if you are an R or a P, you catch steal. Like you catch steal.
Yeah.
That's it. And
Yeah.
serious accusation, like serious. It's a very serious thing. And on the streets too. Even
Yeah.
on the streets, if you get accused of doing that, they put steal in you too.
Yeah, you're not safe in jail. Absolutely not.
Even on the streets too, they don't condone that. It's
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can't do it.
You can't condone it. You can't condone it. It's got to be reprimanded, you know, with full force. Absolutely. It's just sad when the real rapists, you know, get away and then women falsely. I think women falsely accuse people are just a power trip.
That's a weird flex. That's a bizarre flex though, dude. Like really
I mean,
weird
it's
flex.
definitely like something psychologically wrong there.
But it's like you're willing, like this is the thing. Nobody's perfect, but you're willing to ruin somebody's entire life for your pride.
Yeah. That's where they get the power trip off, ruining somebody's life. Especially when they you know, they're mad because they couldn't be a part of your life. Like, think about this, right? Real situation happens to me. Woman advances and throws her nudes in my DM. I'm like, oh, cute, nice. And that's it. Now she's like accusing me of shit online. This is the shit that happens.
Why would you pop in a man's DMs with your pussy or show your titties? Why would you do that? That is so weird.
This is what they do.
But I can't rationalize it because I'm like, if somebody asked me to send a nude, I'd be like, they're gonna show their friends. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna, like everybody's gonna see it.
Yeah, these chicks don't care, man.
We've talked about this before, but it's just
Randy, if you're having problems with the super chat, try to refresh. Sometimes close the app out, open it back up. Sometimes it works.
Life is weird. I have my stepson, he's older, and I says I got with Hotep tonight. And so he sent me a quote. I wanted to ask you your opinion on it because I thought it would be good for the show.
Okay.
Okay, so he says, question for the show. There's a Japanese phrase that I like, koi no yokan. It doesn't mean love at first sight. It's closer to love at second sight. It's a feeling when you meet somebody that you're going to fall in love with them. Maybe you don't love them right away, but it's inevitable that you will.
Huh?
Love at second sight.
The fuck does that mean? Like you don't fall in love right away?
Yeah, you don't fall in love right away, but you meet them and you're like, there's potential here. And you know you're going to fall in love with them later.
Okay. I guess, yeah. 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 I've been in a situation like that before. I just wasn't digging this chick. And then we hung out a couple of times. I'm like, oh, yeah. Then I fell in love with her. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened? That's definitely doable.
You know what? That kind of happened with me and my husband because like I knew who he was because I knew his brothers because there's always all the brothers. Like there's so many brothers all the time. So I knew who he was. And like at first I was kind of like, but then I ended up falling in love with him afterwards.
Yeah. It's interesting. After he threw you over the shoulder?
No, like after like just hanging out for a while. I don't know. It just like happened. But then I knew like, I'm like, oh, okay, this is like, I was like after a month, I was like, okay, I could love you.
Yeah, when the vibes start connecting and whatnot, that's what happens. Yeah. Shout out to Chad. He said I had to pop in and send my blessing to two greats. Thank you, Chad. Appreciate you.
Thank you. That was nice. There was one other thing too. Oh my God. Oh, so you were right about Kanye and Jeffree Star.
What happened?
It ended up being fake.
Yeah, it does sound about right. How'd you know it ended up being fake?
Because the girl, Kris Jenner suing the girl that said it. And yeah, the Kardashians, this is the thing about the Kardashians. And this is why I stay stacked with people, with attorneys around me. You fuck with me, you're going to get fucked up.
So they're not getting a divorce?
I don't know if they're getting a divorce. That's what people are saying. But I don't know.
But the Jeffree Star thing is some BS.
The Jeffree Star thing is fake. Like,
okay.
Jeffree Star made a video like, this is not true. He's like, yes, I do sleep with rappers, and there's rappers that are in my mouth, but it's not Kanye.
Oh Lord, this world we live in, Lord have mercy. But yeah, I knew that was some bullshit.
Well, you know what? there's way too many crazy things that are happening in the world.
There's a lot of shit happening in the world. That's why I try to stay off the internet too much.
I know I'm more on TikTok these days because it's funner. But they get mad, like the guys get mad at me. Like if I make a clapback video and it's always in good taste, it's always just like me joking around or me laughing or like me explaining like why, like my opinion on it. They're like, I'm not here for this type of content. I'm unfollowing you. And it kind of irritates me. I'm like because I'm a woman, I'm not allowed to clap back. Like I just have to sit there and be like, "Oh, okay, you just called me ugly or you said this." Like I should just be like,
Yeah, that used to happen when I was in spiritual Twitter for a little while, and I realized I had to get out because they were really pretentious. You know what I mean? Because it's like, you tweeting all this high vibrational, airy fairy shit, and then you make a joke about something, and people are like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you just said that." And like, damn, am I allowed to be a human being for like half a second? Like,
no.
I can't show a human side, but they want you to like stick in like this lane. So ever since then, I've been very cognizant of always coming out of lanes and jumping into them and jumping out, keeping people balanced and keeping people guessing so that they don't think I have to be like one way. Because then you become a slave to your followers.
Yeah, I don't like that. And that's what I'm trying to do on TikTok, but people they just being a woman's is hard sometimes on social media because I don't fit the typical influencer because I'm not like a fitness model or I'm not a makeup guru or I don't do that type of stuff. I talk about tech
Yeah.
and like they expect me to be like I don't even know what they expect me to be, but that's not who I am. I like to joke. I like to have fun. I like to be aggressive. I like to be intelligent. I like to be conservative at times. I've got different sides to me, and I think it's important. I bring a feminine touch to it, but I don't understand why I can't be a strong woman too and clap back at people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, real talk.
And
It's
somebody
always
had
the clapback that they're like, oh my God. And it's just like, yo, this the clapback. Like, this ain't the shit that started it. They always get butthurt. I don't know why.
Well, somebody had said something nasty. Like they were commenting about someone's like, you look strung out on because I made a video because I just get on there and I just make whatever type of videos because I honestly don't care. I'm not a very polished person. I'm just me. And there's like, you look strung out. And I made a clapback video. I was like, you don't know me well enough to joke with me like this. Like I told you guys in one of the videos, I had just woken up and I was answering questions. I was like, and you don't know that I've lost people due to addiction or, different things like that. They're like, why are you even addressing this stuff? And I was like, because I'm addressing it because we're setting standards here. We're setting precedent on my channel that we're not going to speak this way. If you don't like me, you don't follow me. You think I'm stupid? Don't follow me. But I'm not going to take this type of abuse because then it'll allow if I don't say anything and I allow it to happen, then you guys are going to think I'm going to co-sign with it, and I don't co-sign with it, and I don't want anybody to talk. I don't want that negativity around me. Like it's rude. It's gross.
Right. No, I totally feel you, man. Just don't feed it too much attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's just particular things. I don't really have too much more for tonight. Oh, I actually do have one more thing for tonight. And this is a serious topic.
All right.
So if anybody that's watching this, if you guys, I know that the quarantine, the lockdown, whatever the hell is going on, it's very stressful for the family. I get it. There's a lot of financial turmoil. But if you are feeling very angry and you're arguing with your partner, if you catch yourself being short with your kids, you need to find, and this is for both men and women, you need to find something to do that can get that stress away, whether it's going for a run, whether it's putting your face in a pillow and screaming, whether it is hiding in the closet, whether it's going for a walk. Be very aware of your surroundings and how you are treating your family during these times, because domestic violence cases are soaring. There's a lot of crazy stuff happening. I'm catching myself that I'm getting short with my daughter sometimes. So I have to take a step back. And sometimes I tell her, I'm like, mommy needs space. Give mommy a couple minutes in her office. And I just go, or I'll shut myself in the bathroom. Of course I could still hear her, but I take a couple deep breaths and I come out to where I'm not frustrated anymore. But just be careful the way you guys are talking to your significant others and your children and your family members. And I'm not saying that your feelings are not valid, but I am saying that you can't let it get to you too much, and you gotta be there for your family. And that's one of the things I wanted to say.
Talk to your family like you talk to strangers.
Another thing too, if you are somebody that is trapped inside your house with an abuser, if you are in the state of California, you can go to the court office. You can grab your babies, go to the courthouse, go to the grab your babies without anything, go to the courthouse and file an ex parte. And what that does, it grants you automatic custody of the kids if your life is in danger, and they'll go ahead and get that set up for you. So there are things that you can do to keep yourself safe if you are in an abusive situation. But I just wanted to kind of put that out there and say it, just in case somebody is hearing this, or maybe you know somebody that's at home that's struggling. I do think it's important. And you can always call the House of Ruth. It is in Los Angeles, California. You can Google search them, but they will give, if you're out of state, they will give you resources to other places that can help you or can get guidance to you. So I wanted to kind of end the show on that and say that, because I feel that there's a lot of tension brewing within a lot of people.
You're still working with the agency, right?
No. So I wasn't able to, I had to do some more like in-house training. So I haven't had a chance to go back.
Okay.
I do get emails, so I still am donating. And what I am doing when they have they have an event and they need donations, I'm posting it on my social media, or I'll talk about it on my YouTube show. YouTube now has an option to where you can donate to, nonprofits, or have it set up to where people can donate to your nonprofits on some of your videos and live streams. I can't figure out how to automatically do it for all of them. So I am raising money here and there when I can, and I am talking about this type of stuff actively on my social medias. I'm hoping that I am going to get some time to be able to do that, but unfortunately I do have a person that's close to me right now that is trapped in a house with an abuser. So I'm talking to them daily and assisting with that how I can.
Best of luck to both of y'all.
So
I send my wishes.
So yeah, but I just wanted to end it on that, just because it's, it's a hard thing for a lot of people, and I don't know, it makes me sad.
I know it should. It weighs on you too. Don't let it weigh on you. But Y Block said, Hotep, can you check your Instagram DMs? I just sent you a message. All right, no doubt. I hate Instagram.
I hate it too. It's terrible. That's why
they got like 3 different inboxes. It's like, the fuck? Just put that shit all in one, bro.
Did you lose chess tonight?
I did.
Oh.
I've been sucking at chess lately, mostly because
you're busy.
No, I'm experimenting with new openings. I moved from the French in London to the Italian game, and then I moved from the Sicilian to the Caracan and the King's Indian.
My people.
So, because I was a Sicilian player, and I'm trying to adjust and trying to learn a couple of different options so I can keep people guessing. So learning, if you spend 3 years playing the Sicilian, I'm really great at playing the Sicilian. But now it's like I'm been playing these new openings, and they're just really difficult to learn, especially the Caracan. It's for more advanced players, and I don't know. I'm playing better. I'm just losing games.
Did you watch that Netflix show? What the hell was it?
Gambit.
Did you watch it?
Oh my God, I love it.
Did you?
Did you watch it?
Oh hell yeah! It was like that. That is silent feminism. That is the kind of feminism I rock with.
Yes. Like women talk about representation. I'm like, I have no problem with women. Like that story to me was just beautiful. Coming into a sport that's male dominated. The male dominated part, like through the whole thing, it didn't cross my mind. Maybe because I'm not a woman. I just loved Harmon, and I was just rooting for Harmon. It was beautiful. It was beautiful, man. I really enjoyed it.
And I was on a panel the other day with the people that I'm going to link you with, and I was the only woman there, and all these guys are like super rich, nerdy, like whatever. And I was able to talk to them about how the importance of customer service and marketing, and why, you need to pay attention to the little guy. So I'm able to add different things like that. But I was the only woman there, which is pretty interesting. And people are like, oh my God, you're the only woman there. I'm like, I didn't even think about it until they said it, because I'm one of the boys.
Yeah. As I'm saying, like, I guess, you'd have to be in that situation to really be thinking about it. But
But I don't think about it until somebody brings it up, because like
yeah.
I don't know. To me, it's kind of be like, oh, you're the only woman here. Yay. Like we did like a women in crypto night. Oh, I got to link you with them with
Hmm.
Naja. So she owns a OTC desk, which is an over the counter desk for people that don't know what it is. You could go in and buy Bitcoin. They do a lot of educational stuff, but it's located in Inglewood, California. But they had a women in crypto night where it was just like a bunch of us ladies and one guy that just came and we are just like talking about stuff. And her and her husband are so cool. You would love them. Like they're the coolest people ever. Super, super cool. But it was just a nice thing. And I like doing events like that. I'm not too hip to the women in crypto thing. But this particular demographic, I'm very, very interested in being around because they're people like me. They grew up like how I did and whatnot, and they were able to make names for themselves and do well for themselves. And I want to be around other people like that came from where I did, not these people who grew up with money that are like, oh, well, I did this. It's like, no, yes, you did, but mommy and daddy, put you through college. They help you do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Lucky.
anyways, so do you want to plug anything that you have for you and Uncle Hotep that you guys got going on?
Tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. Hotep's been told you. We're back again.
And then before we go, what do you think is going to happen with all this stuff? Like, do you think it's going to calm down anytime soon? What's your prediction for 2021 with because we've got the vaccine, we've got we've got the government's favorite party in the office, we've got the puppets in the office. What can we expect for 2021?
The Pentagon's gonna be very active.
Okay. What do you mean by that?
War.
Okay.
There'll be a lot of conflict this year.
With other countries?
Yeah. And our
My
own.
well, my question is if we go to war with other countries, who's going to fight?
Drones.
Drones?
Yeah. Drone
And then
bombing.
they're going to come and drone us.
Not possible.
How?
Unless we allow it. NORAD monitors the airspace. You can't technically get within a certain amount of miles within the United States without being blown out the fucking sky. NORAD is monitoring the skies heavily.
What about population control though? Because don't they that's what why don't they just come and let people come and wipe out certain demographic of people?
That's a very ineffective way to handle population control.
Is it though?
Yeah, it's very inefficient. It's much better to have like stupid 19, the vagine. Like these are ways, poor eating habits, like promoting the whole fat thing. Like that's population control, right? Like you can wipe out more people that way, and it's really efficient way to do it too.
But it's more cost effective because at the end of the day, the taxpayers are paying for that.
Yeah, they don't care.
It's just a weird. It's like whatever you're gonna do, just do it. Just get it over with. It's like
Yeah.
all these games are just getting old and they're getting ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's a plan set in place and going to be executed whether you like it or not. Um, and yeah, I was gonna say something, but
Yeah, but so could we are we gonna be able to go back to normal? China is.
yeah, China's definitely back to normal.
China.
I went to the store today and dude was like, "You don't have your mask on." I'm like, "Yo, we still got to do that."
Well, this dad and this little girl were wearing the mask at the park, and I am not making my kid wear a mask at a park. That is ridiculous. I can't even breathe with my damn mask on. I'm like, this is just
Yeah, it's funny as hell. The kids, I coach kids soccer. So, obviously it's outdoors. So the kids are required to wear masks onto the field. And then once they start playing, they're allowed to take it off. Now, keep in mind that when they're on the field playing is when they're most likely to be in close proximity to each other.
right.
They're running
Okay.
into each other. And then when you leave the field, it's put your mask back on. And I'm like,
Okay.
we're outdoors. It's like, it's just, I when I see something stupid, I don't try to rationalize it because you can't rationalize stupid. So I don't try to put any brain technology towards it.
But when you got kids and your kids are out, like my daughter, there's so many things that don't make sense to her, and she's 4. She's 4 and a half. So she's like, Mom, well, X, Y, or X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, I know. And she's like, well, but X, Y, and Z and A, B, C. And I'm like, I know. And she's like, okay. And she's like looking at me and she's getting
Yeah,
frustrated because she's like, she's having trouble
understand it.
understanding.
Yeah, yeah. My kids be asking me questions too. I'm like, man, there's a lot about this world you do not understand. But
You're like,
they
Daddy
don't
don't
get it.
understand either.
Yeah, yeah. It's I just tell them it's stupid and people are stupid. That's what I tell them. People are stupid, and they're like, oh, okay. Yeah, they just making it up as they go along, Rita. Exactly. It's fucking ridiculous. Will we go back to normal this year? I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen, man. I think there's a hint of it. You know, Cuomo the other day said it's opening up, so you know they won their election now, so it's okay. I guess stupid 19 has subsided since they won the election. So hopefully we do get back to normal, but you know the question is, what is that normal, or is it a new normal?
What do you think is going to happen with like they're like blacklisting our last president? What's going to happen with him?
It's a good question, man. I mean, this stuff is unprecedented. It's hard to tell. I mean, what's going to happen to the people that supported him? I mean, we're watching grifters and Republicans turn their back on him, and because they're fearful of being, you know, put on the no-fly list and labeled a terrorist. And it's like, is it even safe to be, you know, to come out and say you supported Trump at some point? Is it safe to say that? And how will people look at you? You know, like before it was just like, oh my God, how could you support him? And now it's like you support him. It's like, oh, you support a terrorist. And you're a terrorist. And it's like, damn, I'm a terrorist now. Like, damn, I'm gaslit like a motherfucker right now.
It kind of reminds me of Germany.
Oh yeah.
My poor
Yeah.
father, and my poor ancestors, the German Romanian Jews, my family who came here to escape the Holocaust. And I'm pretty sure my great grandfather was a Holocaust survivor because he came here from Romania. And first he was an orphan in Canada. He was placed in Canada, and then he crossed the border here, and he came and he fought in the war to end Nazi Germany. And it's just can you imagine to fight to come here for a better life and to fight for your freedom and then have somebody tell you what you can and can't believe in?
Yeah. Yeah. It's wild. It's really wild. That's where we're at right now. Where like, you know, I got people saying, you know, like I reposted something on Instagram, and one of the homies was like, "Bro, are you really defending this guy? You know, that was a dog whistle for insurrection." I'm like, "Yo, what part about?" I'm like, I don't even want to argue about this shit, bro. Like, if you feel like Trump was, you know, calling for riots, fine, whatever the fuck. I'm not even gonna argue. Like, he out of office. Can y'all leave me the fuck alone now?
Right.
Like, stop talking about him, yo. And it's funny because it's like people I know like follow this dude more than I do, and I'm a fan of him. And I'm like, they come to me like, "What do you think about this?" I'm like, "Yo, I didn't even see this. Like, what do you follow this guy? Like, why are you up his ass? Like, relax, bro. Like, why do y'all know everything he does?" And it's just like y'all pay attention to this shit way too much, man. Y'all need to be busy doing something else, man. Like, but I don't argue with people. I just say, all right, you think he was inciting violence? Yeah, all right, whatever, no doubt, you got it. I'm not gonna argue because it's just like I don't win a prize after I win. So what's the point?
Pineapple pizza.
Yeah, right. And there's no judge to judge the argument. So if you want to come on my channel, I can get some super chats to argue with you. That's different, you know what I mean? But I'm not about to argue with you with some DMs or Twitter. You know, I just let people say what they say. I just ask questions, you know, like somebody it was like, yeah, this was a dog whistle. So I was like, can you show me which part? And then they posted the transcript, and I'm like, all right, which part? And then the lady's like, I'm not going to sit here and read it for you line by line. All right, no doubt. Forget it then.
Well, I told my husband, I said, just claim your Mexican Native American side if anybody gives you any issues.
Yeah, I'm a POC.
You're a POC. And poor thing, when he was growing up, his elementary school teacher made him be the brown boy. They had to make like sock puppets or something, and he was forced to be the brown boy. This is like in the the 80s or something. So he had his even though his parents are darker skinned, he's like I'm always a brown boy because he's the darkest one out of all the brothers.
Yeah.
And she's like traumatized. He's like, I wanted to be the white sock, and they would made me be the brown dirty sock or something like that because he had darker skin. And I'm like, your skin's beautiful. Like I love you for who you are. But he's like, I was like, do you have to be the brown sock again? And he's like, I'm the brown sock.
That's racist.
Hey.
That they made him be the brown guy. Why somebody else can't be the brown guy?
Well, my husband's brown.
Yeah, but still, somebody, I don't have to be the brown sock guy. Somebody else can be the brown sock guy. Why do I have to be the brown sock guy? Why? Just because I'm black, I have to be the brown sock guy? You be the brown sock guy. Maybe I want to be the white guy.
You could be whoever you want to be, okay?
I want to be the white guy. I want to be the fucking Jewish guy. That's what I want to be.
We will claim you. You're allowed.
Thank you.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I apologize for not having any juicy topics tonight, but I feel like we kind of covered a lot of stuff that does relate with marriage and families, because this stuff is really happening, and it's just things you are going to have to discuss with your families and your wives, your husbands, children. Hide your wives, hide your kids from communism. Make sure you guys subscribe to Hotep's channel, watch him and Uncle Hotep tomorrow. Tip them well, because they're out here doing the Lord's work and fighting for everybody. They're saying things people want to hear.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a wild show. Make sure y'all tune in tomorrow night, 8 p.m. right here.
All right. Have a good night. Talk to you. See you next week. We got Mark Moss on next week. Oh, also, if you guys are interested in hearing a entrepreneur come on and talk, he is an investor, and he has picked up his family and moved them to Puerto Rico from California to get out and to stop paying these crazy taxes. We're going to have him on next week, just as long as his schedule permits. And he's going to come on and talk to us about why he decided to do that for his family.
Yeah, Wendy O is batting 1,000 on guests, so y'all, that's something y'all not gonna want to miss next Wednesday.
What am I betting on?
1,000. You're batting 1,000.
Oh yeah. I do. Every single guest I have come on is absolutely amazing, even if you don't know who the fuck they are, till you figure it out in the middle. Like, oh, you knew it. You knew Anna Nicole Smith. Oh, you dated Shorty. Oh, that was. Okay.
Yeah, that was a funny one. Oh yeah. So
right,
next week, make sure y'all tune in.
Next week, 10 p.m. EST. I will catch you guys, and make sure you guys watch Hotep tomorrow with Uncle Hotep.
Yeah.
Good night.